Mexico. Very excited to be back again. And it's just so funny, you know, you never really appreciate something when it's missing. There's a saying, you don't really, there's a song actually, don't know what you got till it's gone, you know? And even though we've been in Thailand, we had an amazing time there, had an absolute blast, beautiful place, exciting, but there's a lot of things we were missing about Mexico, a lot more, there's something about it, the food especially, the food is just absolutely killer. I wasn't really all into the Thai food there, even though I am into the Thai food in the States. The way that they make it is absolutely delicious. But I got tired of it really quick. But Mexican food I can never get tired of. It is just absolutely delicious. So, and the people are amazing, and it's just so free to be here. I mean, you don't have any problems. They're not on you. You know, you don't have to worry about other government like totally on your case all the time. It was a piece of cake just to come into Mexico. Even Darren here, he couldn't even. I mean, he had no problems. Had no problems going into Mexico at all. It was basically stamp, passport, come on in. The guy didn't even talk, didn't even speak.
Didn't even look at me.
Didn't even look at him. Just that, come on in, and it's just so much easier. It's just a land of true freedom. When you think that the United States is free, come to Mexico for a week, and you know what? You're never going to want to go back to the States. You're going to know what true freedom is until you get here. When you're here, everything changes. And going to Thailand, going to Laos, going to all those places, and the UK, that was even worse to me. It's horrible there as far as strict, extremely strict. And anyway, I'm just so grateful and so happy to be back here. We're very, very happy to be back. We got a beautiful house, 5-bedroom house, 4-bathroom, 2-story homes, has 2 big living rooms, 1 upstairs, 1 downstairs. It's absolutely huge.
Turned one into the office.
Yeah, which we made into the office. It's 3,500 square feet and with an ocean view up on a hill. Absolutely amazing, and we're only paying $650 a month. Okay, yeah. I love big houses. I miss it. Even when we were living in Thailand, I was paying about that with a maid and all that, but it was a tiny little house. It was a pretty house, but I'm not used to living in a tiny home. I have to live in a big house. It has to have 4 or 5 bedrooms, at least that. So I'm very, very excited about that. Look at the beautiful view. Look at that ocean. You can see it. What we see every day, the mountains, the hills, all this. This is something that we didn't have in Thailand, which is a thing called space. You have space, you have plenty of space and room for yourself. It is definitely great for hermits like us, because you know we're kind of like hermits. We don't like to be in a crowded area, and Thailand is extremely crowded. There's just too many people, too many. And everything, all the homes were so tiny and everything. It kind of reminded me a lot of Japan, even though they're beautiful, fun countries. But to live there for a long time, no, I don't think so. Especially when you have when you have more freedom here. All of Mexico is beautiful, all of it. My favorite place in the world is Puerto Vallarta, but the problem with that, the hurricane hit it pretty darn bad, unfortunately. And we don't ever get hurricanes. Anyway, I wanted to share with you something interesting. The whole point of making this video, really. It's about freedom. True freedom. Okay? Especially with your banking needs. There is something going on by FATCA. I'm sure you've heard about it. That basically FATCA is going after all the American citizens' bank accounts. It doesn't matter where you bank all over the world. Now here in Mexico, now they're going to make it difficult for the Americans. If you are an American citizen, even though I'm Mexican citizen, but now I'm finding out they want to know, you know, I was American born. They want to know about your birth certificate when you open up a bank account. Little things like that, because they said any mark that shows that you are an American, immediately they're going to mark you, and they're going to, the IRS, Mexican IRS is going to tattle to the U.S. Treasury that here's an American that has over about 50 grand or over in their account. That's going to be reported to them, to the U.S. Treasury. And it all has to do, really, it all has to do, hold on, shifting here, with the Federal Reserve notes, which are debt notes. We're all using those, okay? If we weren't using those debt notes, there'd be no reason to report us at all. But being an American, a citizen, you are considered a federal employee. Even if you're a secure creditor, even that as well, if you're still using Federal Reserve notes a lot, okay, or keeping that in your bank account as a U.S. Federal Reserve note, like my bank, I have Mexican pesos. I don't keep Federal Reserve notes, but still, the Mexican pesos, the